Hi ladybugs, I figured I'd do another video today just because I'm in pain and I can't sleep, so I figured I'd come in and play with the babies. I wanted to show you guys something. So this is my tube today, and it's very, very red. It's actually orange. And the reason that it's orange is because today I had to change my tube. And I don't mean change the tube here that goes into the bag. I mean change the tube that actually goes into my body, which I have to do once a month, and it's incredibly painful. And one of the ways to limit the pain of changing the tube is to take the azo pain relief that people use for UTIs. It kind of numbs everything in the bladder, but it has the unpleasant side effect of turning your pee bright orange or dark orange, depending on, I don't know what it depends on. But it does turn your pee very, very orange. And so when you take it to change the tube, you get the same effect. So you can see that it's incredibly orange. And that's just what happens when I take it. So the tube that goes into my body has to be changed once a month. And it doesn't hurt so much going in. It hurts a lot coming out when you take the tube out. And it's not very pleasant. So I take that, I take the azo, and then I take the Cystex, which is the natural antibiotic one, and I take that because it prevents infection. It's like got natural antibiotics like garlic and stuff in it. So I'd be less likely to develop an infection afterward, because you have to remember that the tube that I'm putting in, if it's not completely sterile, like if it brushes up against my shirt or I accidentally touch the part of it that goes in my body, even with gloves on, you're very likely to get an infection, because you are literally putting this tube inside your body. Like, it doesn't just go into the bladder. Before it goes into the bladder, it has to pass through the hole in the skin, and then it passes through the muscle and the fat tissue, and then it's like a direct line right into your body. Let me see if I can show you guys the tube without being inappropriate. So there it is. It goes right into my abdomen, and so one of the reasons it's so painful to take it out is because I drink a lot of water, and even if you don't drink a lot of water, drinking any water, water has minerals in it. And what can happen is that over the month's time, as the minerals in the water collect on the end of the tube, it ends up almost looking like a piece of rock candy or a piece of coral with these little crystals on it. So when you pull that out, you can imagine you're pulling that through the hole in your abdomen, which is incredibly painful. It's not very pleasant. So it does hurt quite a bit to take it out, and it hurts a little bit to put it back, to put a new one in, but it doesn't hurt as much to put one in as it does to take it out. It hurts a lot more to take it out. And I always dread it when it's coming up. I'm actually a few days late this month. I try to change it the last day of the previous month or the first day of this month. So it would have been the 31st of July or the 1st of August. Now today's only the 3rd. So, well, it's actually the 4th now. But so, you know, it's not, I'm not too late, but a couple of days is quite a bit late when you're talking about your tube, because it really does collect a lot of crystallization toward the end. So yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. I don't look for, that is the time of the month that I look forward to the least, which is changing my tube. And I'm already having pain because of my hip. So yeah, it stinks. It stinks. But it's done now for a month, and I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the month. And the 1st of September, I'll have to change it again. But I've gotten it changed for this month. So Yeah, but it's making it hard to sleep because my hip is really hurting and my belly is really sore. And sometimes it doesn't hurt at all, and which is very, very rare. Usually it hurts at least a little bit, but this year, this past 12 months from here back has actually been pretty easy. It's been pretty easy changing it. It hasn't been too hard at all. Last month and this month were the worst out of the last 12 months. Last month was worse than this month, but it was still pretty painful this month. The month before that, I didn't hardly feel anything, just a little pinch, and then it was out. So it wasn't too big of a deal, but last month was pretty bad. And then this month wasn't as bad as last month, but it wasn't as good as it's been. There is Miss Nyani in her little outfit. Doesn't she look cute? Like it's even got little embroidery on the ankles. So cute. Such a cute little outfit. So yeah, so it's making it hard to sleep between the pain in my hip and the pain in my bladder. It stinks. It doesn't feel good. So I wanted to share these things with you guys because I want to raise some awareness to like some of the issues that people have. And having a suprapubic catheter is really hard. I've had it now for, I want to say like maybe 7 or 8 years. I don't remember exactly when I got it, but it's been quite a while. And it was really, when I got the surgery done, it was really painful the first like 3 weeks, you know, like because your bladder's healing and it's all traumatized. And so that was like the most painful period. But after that, it healed and it seems to do okay. I've had colonization, which is something that a lot of people with suprapubic catheters has. Colonization means that basically a bacteria of some kind, it differs depending on the person, has basically made a home out of my bladder. So even though I don't feel it's like having, being a carrier of something, but not having the symptoms, you know what I mean? Like they say some people can be a carrier of tuberculosis and, means they have the disease, but they don't have the symptoms of it. So you can get colonization where you have the bacteria. It'll show up in my urine test anytime they do it because it's basically living there. But very rarely do I have any symptoms from it. Only if it gets like way out of control. So colonization isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's not a good thing because you don't want bacteria anywhere inside your body. But once it's colonized, it doesn't really cause too much problem. It just is there. If it gets like overly aggressive or if it suddenly has a growth spurt and there's like a lot more of it than there normally is, you can get the symptoms of the UTI. But it's rare. Once you have colonization, it's usually a different bacteria that will cause an infection. It usually is not that particular bacteria that you have colonized. So I have colonization. I don't know what I don't remember. I'm sure my doctor has told me, but I don't recall what the bacteria is that has colonized in my bladder. But I think it's pretty normal when you have like a direct line into your body like that, to have colonization. I think that's pretty normal from what I've heard. Most people with a suprapubic catheter will eventually get colonization. Although it's not to say everybody will. Some people can have it, but it's nearly impossible to keep all bacteria out of your body when you have an open port like that goes directly into your body. You know what I mean? So, but having colonization doesn't usually bother me. It doesn't usually cause any issues. Only very rarely does it cause issues. And usually when I get an infection, it's an infection of a completely different kind of bacteria. It's not the same kind that's colonized. There's little Miss Nyani. So, yeah. So colonization stinks, but it doesn't really cause too many issues. And here's Miss Clarabelle. Look at how cute she looks. Yeah, I'm just having trouble sleeping because of pain and discomfort. So I figured I'd come play with babies and do a video and talk to you guys. Because it makes me feel better to feel like somebody's there and they're listening. Do you guys find that that makes you feel better when you feel like someone's listening, even if they're not really listening? Makes me feel better. I don't know. Just gives me someone to talk to, you know? And here, it's like midnight, I think. Let me see, what time is it? It's 11:30, so it's not quite the 4th yet. But here in a little bit, I'll try again to go to sleep and see if I can do it. There she is. I like to fluff up their hair. I don't like when it's like stuck to their heads, you know? So I like to fluff up their hair and kind of feather it a little bit. Just get it all prettied. So yeah. There's Miss Clarabelle. I think I'll put her hair up tonight. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to put it up. So I think we'll put it up. I gotta find that. There it is. When you guys can't sleep or you're in pain, do you get up and play with your babies? I do, all the time. They make me feel better. And so when I'm not feeling well or I'm in pain or I have insomnia or something like that, I often will get up and play with them. If they're up here. If they're not up here, obviously I can't. I usually don't go downstairs because the family is sleeping, and if I go downstairs, the dogs go crazy. So if there aren't babies up here, I generally won't get up and play with them. But if there are babies up here, I'll get up and play with them. I don't want the dogs to be barking and stuff while everybody's trying to sleep. I noticed that one of my subscribers in one of the videos said, it's so sweet to see me take so much detail when I'm taking care of my babies, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. I love taking my time with them and making them pretty. I love it, love it, love it. I used to love doing my girls' hair when they were young. So it's just like when I used to do my girls' hair, you know. I find it relaxing when someone does my hair, but I also find it relaxing to do someone else's hair. So I love getting up and playing with them. Trying to just get the longer hairs out and try not to get the shorter bang hairs in the pigtail, because I sometimes do that. I sometimes get those shorter hairs from the bangs in there. So I don't know how much I'll sleep tonight. I might not sleep much because I'm having some issues between my hip and my bladder. So I might not sleep a whole lot, but that's okay. I don't have a lot to do. I mean, I have to take care of the house, but as far as like, I don't have to go out and do anything. So I can just kind of take it easy tomorrow if I don't sleep well tonight and kind of rest during the day. So that's good. Due to my disability, I don't work. So the only thing I don't like about this is there's like these hairs right here that should be on the other side. Do you guys like it when people play with your hair? I love it when people play with my hair. It's so relaxing. Now I'll have to fix the other side because that should be on the other side. I'm happy to tell you guys that the lady who wanted Heidi back has decided that she doesn't want her back after all. I'm super excited about that because I really was having a hard time thinking about letting her go. So I'm very excited that she's not going anywhere and she's going to stay here. And Gretel will be on her way home, probably by the end of this week. So that's very exciting too. I'm excited to see Gretel. I missed her. Remember, she was the one that I sent back to the lady I got her from a few months ago. And Gretel is going to be on her way home, so I'm super excited about that. I really missed Gretel. And I'm going to keep her name Gretel when she gets here. And then I'll show you guys Heidi in a minute in case you don't remember who Heidi is. There is Miss Clarabelle with her hair all done. All right, let me grab Heidi. All right, this is Miss Heidi. And I'm so glad that she's not going anywhere because I have really fallen head over heels for this little one. Her hair needs to be fixed, but other than that, she's in good shape. I think she decided that she does want a Jamila, but she doesn't want this Jamila. She wants slightly longer hair. So I'm okay with that because I just love Heidi to pieces. She's so pretty. So pretty. Such a pretty girl. Sometimes I put Heidi's hair up, but if it's shorter hair, I tend to leave it down. I think it looks better down. Do you guys like longer haired babies or shorter hair babies? I think it depends on the baby because some of my babies I love with their long hair and some of my babies I prefer with the shorter hair. So I'm okay with Heidi's hair this length. I think she looks adorable. I call it the pixie cut, this length of hair. And I love it. I think it's so cute on her. There we go. Now we'll just flip this backwards and do a little feather with her hair. There we go. I love her in this bubble romper. I probably won't take it off her for a few weeks. There she is. Let's get her hair fluffed up and curled. I love the curls. Oh, Heidi, you're so cute. I'm so glad she decided she didn't want Heidi because I would have felt like I had to give her to her and then I would have missed Heidi very much, huh? There she is. Heidi is one of my cuddleable babies. She's very cuddly, huh? Are you a cuddly girl, Heidi, huh? You got mommy's hair in your fingers. There you go. I love her little feet. Look at those little feet. So cute. Yeah, I'm just doing a chat, whatever video, you know. Just playing with the babies and chatting with you guys because I'm in pain. So I'm not as talkative tonight as I normally am because I don't feel very good. I'm in pain. So I'm not being as chatty, excuse me, as I usually am. But that's okay. Let's put these on Heidi. I want to put bells on these. I have bells downstairs. I have to put them on the shoes. They'd be so cute with little bells on them. So what is everybody else doing tonight? at 11:30 at night. Well, it's 11:30 here, but it might be later where you guys are. We are the latest, the earliest in the United States. So there's nobody that's earlier than us that's part of the US. So the West Coast is the earliest. So where it's 11:30 here, it could be as late. It could be in the US, it could be as late as 2:30. Because if it's 11:30 here, it could be 2:30 on the East Coast. I'm going to take a picture of Heidi as soon as I finish the video. Look how cute she looks. Very cute. Well, I'm going to let you guys go so I can take some photos and then try to get to sleep. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try. I hope you guys have a good night. Love you, ladybugs. Bye.